Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to Memes' very own SuppliceVI, and he is going to be doing some very surprising things in this match, or maybe not so surprising. With the state of Soviet bias as it is in the game today, you would expect such things out of the new volumetric shells update, and yet this comes before that. And mommy will get here soon, baby, and then we will have spaghetti. So you might be able to tell that I'm recording with my kids in the room, at least two of them. Got the 3-year-old and the 3-month-old. Guppy, you told me that. Yeah, ice cream sounds really good. And why not respawn in another object just to give it another shot? That first life didn't go so well, and this second one is going to be absolutely bananas. So strap yourselves in, it's time for an overhaul, and we are going to see some incredible action out of this one. This was an incredibly long match, as you will see from the time in match bar up on the top right of your screen. And so I made a lot of cuts. I was thinking about trying to fit this in with some other replays, but it's all Supplice today, and I've spliced up the footage to spice up the viewing experience. No extra charge. You're welcome. But the entire replay was definitely worth watching. Lots of action, lots of things going on, plenty of drama, and I look forward to covering it all. So, first off on display, a few quick kills with the object's fantastic big boy gun. After a prolonged cat and mouse engagement, maybe cat and also cat, Supplice ends up pulling off the win against that 8.0 American IFV. Yes, certainly balanced at 8.0. There's no issues, comrade. And that's a little bit of American bias for you. As well, he's managing to take down one by one, if not more, everyone who comes to this area of the map or tries to look in his direction. Very close to an enemy spawn point, you've got those great rocks and ridges that provide you a somewhat narrow but reasonably well protected view of the battlefield, and yet enemies getting taken not by surprise, but by brute force. A display of reflexes, aggression, precision, and Soviet bias. As even very, very, very post-war vehicles like the Merkava are no match for the sheer amount of push behind that long gun, highest pen APHE round in the game, and it's hard to miss why that is. Fantastic vehicle that, well, never entered mass production, had the slight habit of catching on fire and killing its driver every now and then because of the flames and the lack of hatches. But that's not this. This is War Thunder, and everything performs to the best of its ability, comrade. There is no favoritism here. This is a toy box for people that like war machines. War machine! And I gotta agree, it is a beautiful sight to behold. A tank that never would have made it onto a battlefield, except... Hey, are you yelling at me? Be kind. I will make you chicken nuggets in just a minute. Daddy's making a video. I might have to pause the commentary for a while. Hi, Jazzy! I got a baby looking at me too. Yes. Yes, my daddying job is never done. And you might have been expecting, after a couple of days of break, I might come back with a high quality video with some good clean audio, and you would be wrong. But I kind of just felt like creatively tired, and I didn't want to make a video when I wasn't feeling excited about making a video, so I took just a little bit of time off to relax and watch some anime. I haven't spent much time at all watching anime, and I'm actually surprised to see that there are a few decent ones out there. What is the name? I've been watching Overlord, which is just fantastic. I watched season 1 yesterday, and I'm digging into season 2 today. I spent a little bit of time in the Discord voice channels, which I definitely need to do more of it. I really enjoyed the experience. So one of the things I'm going to try and focus on going on into the future is just finding more chances to be available there. My life is pretty busy, but I found some time yesterday, I found some time today, and I'm really happy with that. And you know, if I don't get back to you, if you send me a message, or if I'm not in the voice channel, it's usually because I'm busy doing daddy stuff. I'm a pretty busy guy, but you guys are worth setting aside some time for as well. I really do value each one of you. You know, not because of YouTube stuff. It is nice to see numbers go up, and I'm really happy with the status of the channel. We're continuing our slow growth, which is exactly what I hope to see. It means that people are showing up and liking what they see, even though I'm not really aggressively trying to grow the channel. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a hangout for everybody. But also, every one of you guys is, well, you're really something special. There's nothing more special than a human being. There's nothing more valuable than a human being. Each one of you is you're special, you're important, you're unique, and you're worth getting to know. So I've really enjoyed getting to know a few of you the best way that I can. And if you'd like to get a hold of me, the Discord is the best place to do so. It takes a little bit of time for an admin to get to you and give you full access, but there is a link to my Discord in the description of this video, and there's a great group of people already involved there. So, oh my goodness, revenge bombing denied. A2D goes straight into the ground. An explosive enflamed lawn dart, as Supplice has already run this tank dry on ammunition, ran it back to the capture zone, blew up a few enemies in the process, and is now killing his way across the fields of wherever the heck this is. Where is this? Karelia? Something like that. Endor. I always think of this map as Endor. It's got the trees, it's got the Wookiees, it's got the tank traps. Sorry. Did I say Wookiees? I meant Ewoks. I get confused sometimes. There was one Wookiee. Anyway. Oh, where do we go from here? 16 ground kills, 1, maybe 2 air kills. We'll have to see. Already, this man has done ridiculous things. Supplice, I hope you've stuck around long enough to see this video. This is a little bit of an older one, but if any of you guys get a hold of Supplice, let him know that his video is up on Toshio Thunder channel. Finally. I really wanted to save this for time when I could give it the proper amount of attention, and I didn't want to put it up when everybody else was putting up their Object 279 videos, just because, I don't know, I wanted it to be special. This really is something special, and I didn't want it to get lost in the mix. Although, I mean, yeah, whatever. A few people get to see this video, and I'm happy with that. Hopefully, Supplice will be pleased with the product today, because this was some very skilled gameplay on display. He was playing this vehicle exactly as aggressively as you need to, and no more. Repositioning constantly, going where he needs to go, getting lucky every now and then, starting off with a little bit of bad luck, and following that up with determination, discipline, knowledge, skill, good decisions, and a powerful vehicle to make it all happen. It really is nice when a plan comes together. And I suspect that SuppliceVI over here might have a number of fantastic matches, just because he really seems to have the skills that pays the bills. Anyway, we're at 18 kills. Yes, 2 aircraft, 16 ground units, 1 death, and a match to win or lose. It's in his hands. We're 20 minutes into the replay, and already such an incredible amount of carnage. Look at that, 5,000 score. That is absolute insanity. Not only has he been taking and delivering damage, he's been surviving and making a difference for his team. Up to this point, his teammates had been backing him up fairly well, but even they have fallen one by one at the hands of the massive lineup of American vehicles and the determination of the players on the enemy team. Soviets definitely have a lot of things to overcome when it comes to this high-tier gameplay. I should say that American teams should dominate. They have 1, 2, or 3, or 4 of everything, and not everybody gets all the toys that they get to play with. And yet, the quality of the Soviet heavy tank that could have been outstanding, even withstanding so much damage. And now, after getting wiped out for the second time, this time having pulled so much weight along the way, now he waits no longer and gets into one of the finest close air support platforms in the game, the highly versatile event vehicle. What's the name of this thing? I just can't remember right now, and I don't know why. But it's got a couple of 37mm cannons, and I thought he was going to lock up and slam into the ground. But no, this thing just refuses to lock up at that speed. So Supplice fighting on the razor's edge, pushing it to the limit, forcing the enemy team to play defensively or die. Barely ahead on score. If he can just manage to survive, he will obtain victory for his team. Looks like a friendly Leo 1 down on the ground. And yes, I turned on markers for you all just so you can see what's happening. And unlike ourselves, Supplice not able to locate his enemy in the smoke of that artillery barrage, presumably called in by his allied Leo. And that was, well, not the best call. It was just enough cover for that enemy to be covered, well, until the Leo down there could finish him off. So maybe it was the right decision. Anyway, Supplice, knowing which way the wind is blowing, decides to hop into a ground vehicle, even the T-44-100. You don't see a ton of these at this tier, but you know what? At this point in the match, it's fully capable of dealing with things like the Sergeant York and other SPAA second and third tier vehicles that the enemy team may or may not be using. And indeed, the area has gotten pretty quiet. Almost 25 minutes into the match now, and that's getting close to the cutoff time. I think matches can last for around half an hour in ground forces, and the replay might not be entirely accurate. Suffice to say, that's about all the action we're going to see out of Supplice today, and I hope you've had a nice taste of what this presumably young man's skills are capable of. It's another thing about War Thunder. You don't really know how old somebody is until they talk in the chat, and you get an idea of it. For example, the people that are calling people kids, they're probably kids. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.